This may just be my imagination, but is it okay if I post?
Go ahead.
What's going on?
I've been riding the train for a little while now, and something's strange. It's the same train I always take, but it hasn't stopped at a station for about 20 minutes. It always stops after 5 minutes, or 7 or 8 minutes at the most. The only people riding it are me and 5 others, but they're all asleep.
You're not going to get off the train or anything like that, are you?
You sure it's not an express train or anything?
High-speed train?
Like you've said, there's the possibility that I've gotten on the wrong train. I'll hang in there a little longer. If something else weird happens, I think I'll ask you guys for advice.
Well, for now, why don't you go to the front car and find the conductor?
It'd be terrible if something happened to the conductor. Go check on him.
It doesn't look like we're going to stop soon, so I'll go check. There are blinds or something over the windows, so I couldn't see any conductor. I'm on Shizuoka's private railroad.
What if you try knocking on the window?
I did, but there was no reply.
Can you see what's outside the window? Like names of other stations you pass by or something?
We've slowed down a bit since coming out of the tunnel. Although there isn't usually a tunnel. It's the train that starts at Shin Hamamatsu Station. It looks like we're going to stop at a station.
You're not going to get off, are you?
We're stopped at Kisaragi Station now. Should I get off? I've never seen or heard of this station before.
You should definitely get off.
Stay on until the final destination.
It's probably left already, right?
What time did your train leave?
I got off. It's an unmanned station. The train I was on left at 11:40, I believe.
I can't find anything on Kisaragi Station. Anyway, that means Hajumi's train has been going for an hour. Alright, I'm really taking a bath now.
Kisaragi Station's not turning up anywhere.
I thought I'd try taking the train back, so I looked for a timetable, but I couldn't find one. The train's still here, would it be safer to get back on? And as I wrote that, the train left.
Are there any buildings nearby that look like there may be people in them? It's cold, so take care of yourself.
I'll leave the station and look for a taxi or something. Thank you.
That's a good idea. Be careful.
The last train of the night arriving at an unmanned station. I doubt it will be easy to find a taxi.
And thus, Hasumi became a resident of a second dimension.
There was no taxi or anything. What should I do?
Find a station attendant or go to a police box.
Dial 110 police.
How about calling a taxi company?
You got no choice but to go to a police box.
If there's a phone nearby, look up a taxi company in the phone book.
I called my house and asked my parents to come pick me up, but they don't seem to know where Kisaragi Station is either. They said they'd look it up on a map and come get me, but I'm kinda scared.
What about the other people? Were you the only one to get off the train?
I looked up the station on the internet, too, but I can't find any station by that name. You're sure you're in the vicinity of Shin Hamamatsu? I'll try Yahoo.
I looked for a public phone, but there isn't one. The other people didn't get off the train, so I'm alone now. The station is definitely called Kisaragi.
Sometimes public phones are outside of stations.
Why don't you leave the station for a bit?
After investigating a little, the station could be written as GUI Demon, and read as Kisaragi. I'll try Yahoo.
Diamond Station. Creepy.
Are you a game nerd? When I googled it, I got a game.
Post the stations before and after Kisaragi. Don't tell me they're not on a sign somewhere.
What do you mean by a game? The next and previous stations aren't written anywhere.
Walk along the highway until you get home.
If you start running now, you might be able to catch up to the train.
Since it's a station, there should be houses or something around it, right? I'll try Yahoo.
You're right. I panicked and didn't realize that. I'll walk along the highway and wait for my parents to call. I just tried to look up info on the town via iMode, but I kept getting a point something error. I want to go home.
Whether this is a hoax or not, I'll put forth some serious attempts to get this solved.
There's really nothing nearby. All I can see are fields and mountains. But I think if I can find and follow the highway, I can get home, so I'll try my best. Thank you. I don't mind if you think this is a hoax, but if I get into more trouble, may I ask for advice again?
Sure. For now, just be careful.
Of course. Be careful that your cell phone battery doesn't run out. It's your lifeline now.
Don't go the wrong way, and be careful in the tunnel.
Will cell phone signals reach a place that has nothing there? I think you should stay at the station.
All alone at an unmanned station on a cold night. Maybe soon the lights will go out and it'll really be pitch black.
The highway is an even more pitch black trap. There's a tunnel ahead, too, right?
I got a call from my dad. We talked for a while, and he told me that if I really didn't know where I was, I should call 110, police. I'm a little hesitant, but I guess I'll call them and ask them to come get me.
I think it'd be easier to travel when it gets light.
You're waiting all alone in the middle of the night? In an unfamiliar, mysterious place.
Can you make it through the tunnel on your own in the middle of the night? On a highway in an unfamiliar, mysterious place.
Can you really walk along a road you've never seen before in this cold?
I called 110 and tried my hardest to explain my current situation, but they thought it was a prank and got mad at me. I was afraid, so I apologized.
Why would you apologize? Just give up for the night. Wait for the first train in the morning.
What's it like around the station? Is there anything there?
I can hear something that sounds like taiko drums in the distance, as well as what I think are bells. I honestly don't know what to do anymore.
For now, just go back to the station, Hajime. If you get lost, going back to where you started is the best thing to do.
This is just the beginning.
Taiko drums and bells? Bam bam ring ring.
You may think I'm lying, but I'm so frightened I can't look behind me. I want to go back to the station, but I can't turn around.
Run. Don't you dare turn back.
You can't head back to the station anymore. You'll get taken away. Just run for the tunnel. It should be closer than you think.
I heard someone behind me shout, "Hey! It's dangerous to walk along the highway. Stop that." I thought it might have been the station attendant, but when I turned around there was a man with only one leg standing about 10 meters behind me. Then he disappeared. I'm so scared, I can't move.
That's why I told you not to turn back. Run.
Calm down and listen to me, okay? Head towards the sound of the taiko drums. There must be someone playing those drums.
Where are you trying to make Hazuman go?
You're wrong. Hazuman is going to be taken away now. So if you ever want to go back, you should go back now.
If it was only one leg, how do you know it was a man?
She meant a man who was missing one leg.
It must have been a man who lost his leg on that highway.
I can't walk anymore, and I can't run. The sound of taiko drums is getting closer.
Just wait until day breaks. When it gets light, you won't be afraid.
You should have stayed on the train.
I'm still alive. I'm bleeding from when I fell, and I'm tightly holding onto my heel that broke. I don't want to die yet.
Well, one thing's for sure, things aren't going to get better anytime soon.
If you make it through the tunnel, you'll be safe. Once you come out of the tunnel, let us know right away.
I called my house. My dad said he'd call the police, but the sound is getting closer.
Just pray that the sound isn't coming from the train, though it may be too late.
I somehow made it to the entrance to the tunnel. The name is Isaken. The sound is getting closer, so I think I'll summon up some courage and head through the tunnel. If I make it out safe and sound, I'll post again.
Good luck.
This is the end. The train and the station are gone. There's nowhere left to return to. No one to follow. The sound you hear is an illusion you're creating yourself. Run to the other side of the tunnel. If you stop, you'll be trapped between worlds, left to suffer.
I'm out of the tunnel. There's someone standing in the distance. It looks like I was right to follow your advice. Thank you. I've been crying so my face is a mess, I could be mistaken for a monster.
Someone standing there at this time of night? That's suspicious.
Sorry for worrying you. This very kind person has offered to give me a ride to the closest station. There's apparently something like a business hotel there. Thank you all so much.
Hajuman, there's something I want to ask you. Where are you? Ask the kind person the name of the town.
Is he really kind? He might be scarier than anything else.
Well, there you go. So, what is that place?
That person sound fishy. Why would he be next to the highway at this time? I'm sure he was disposing of a body or something. When he met you, Hajuman. Run.
When I asked him what the name of this place is, he said it's called Hina. I don't know if you'll believe me.
Hajuman, get out of the car.
Sorry, Keisuman. Where is Hina?
That's strange for a creep to give a ride to a girl walking along the highway at this time. I wonder what he did.
We've been heading towards the mountains. I can't imagine there's a place to leave a car there. He won't speak at all anymore.
Nothing good can come from meeting a creep this late at night.
Maybe he won't talk because you're staring at your cell phone all the time.
Hajuman, this is bad. Did you tell your parents that you made it through the tunnel?
Miss Hashumi. Please dial 110. These may be your last words.
My battery's almost out. Things are getting strange, so I'll look for my chance and run. He started mumbling nonsense to himself. I'll make my move. This will be my last post.